I think you can spin it in different ways. Okay, my take would be, and we talk about ageism quite a lot in the interview process, and actually read a post by someone recently on LinkedIn where they were saying that there are a higher number of people applying and doing career changes at later points in their life and are just basically dead ending with those organizations because they are possibly ageist. They have that expectation that someone's that particular role is done by a younger person, a graduate, something like that. I think first thing I would say is review companies, use things like Glassdoor and a couple of other tools like that to really understand companies that where the feedback is they are ageist or they do not accept people with that sort of level of experience and that you have a strong portfolio of background. Or you find a lot of companies as well, maybe hiring managers do get scared of someone coming in who's actually got a lot of experience, who may be even more experienced than the hiring manager. But what I would do would be, sometimes I believe that level of honesty is what really helps us. And I would almost sit in an interview, and if I was, on the other side, and I was the hiring manager, and someone said to me, "Please don't be worried about the fact that I have 25 years experience and that I have all these qualifications and the experiences from elsewhere." So, talk about your desire and what it is that you want from the role. What are you looking to learn? Are you looking to develop? And talk less about, where you want to see maybe your career going in 10, 20 years, because people know that you might not have a career in 10, 20 years, or hopefully going to retire at some point in time in the not so distant future. So talk more about the here and now and the value that you can bring as an individual, and also talk about, the fact that, that worldly experience that you may have is something that does not exist in a team. And, a team of diversity, of thought and backgrounds, is a well-functioning team. And if you can bring that to the table, I think a lot of hiring managers will think, actually, do you know what? It might be actually really good to get someone different, someone with a different background. But
Absolutely.
as I say, do your research, because there are some companies that are very close-minded and don't think like that. There are others that are very open, but you may have to, choose very wisely.
Absolutely. I love your mention of the diversity of thought because, I'm mostly in the data science space. And I've said that in some of my previous content where the good data science managers are going to appreciate the diversity of thought. And I think that applies to managers in general, and certainly in audit roles where, a team does a variety of different tasks. So yeah, I completely agree with you. It's very healthy to have that diversity of thoughts and the backgrounds. So looking at some of the other questions, Praveen asks, Sir, given the critical nature of your work, I'm curious to know if there is immense pressure to read and write every financial statement thoroughly. Does the responsibility of providing accurate reports become overwhelming?
So from financial statements point of view, and that's quite external audit, focused, but it's something that I used to do as well. There's the principle of materiality.